Hello everyone, how are you today? I'm just going to go and find myself on my Facebook page because I don't want to be on the wrong page, and I have done that before, which is very easy to do. So we will just, come on computer, it's being a little bit slow today, and I think it's the weather because it's been nice and cold this morning. And now that we've got the sunshine, it is absolutely lovely. There we go. We're on the right page, which is really good. I can see myself, and hopefully I'll see all the comments as well. That's what I want to make sure I do, because there's nothing worse than not having the comments. There we go. Well, hello. How are we today? I was beginning to think I was not going to make it at the last minute, because just before I came on, I thought I would just clean my glasses, as you do. And my nose piece fell off. I am getting new glasses, but they're not going to be here for a couple of weeks. So, yeah, things are a little bit weird to look at because the alignment is all wrong. But anyway, we'll get there. We'll survive. But anyway, we'll get there today. So I'm going to turn the camera down and we're going to have a look at various things that are on. And we're going to work with a sketch today. A sketch is a really good way to learn, and our new catalogue has so much for us, which is fantastic. So this is a great way to start. And I will, over time, try to do all of them, but we'll do them at various times rather than flood you with them. So I'm going to flip the camera down and we will see what we've got to go. There we go. Make sure I'm in focus so that you can see. There we go. All done. Right, now we have only got 4 days left for our starter kit. So if you've been sitting on the fence and you want to get all the new colours, this is a great opportunity. Hello, Cherry, how are you? Nice and cold in Conniva today? So this is a wonderful way if you would like to get all the new in colours. Now, when you join Stampin' Up, you pay $169 for $235 worth of products, which is $66 worth of extra products. And the products are of your choice. So you can pick anything you wish. But at the moment, until the end of this month, you can get the starter kit, which includes all 5 of the new in colours, a packet of all 5 papers. You'll get a packet of the in colour designer series paper, and you will get a packet of the Stampin' Write markers. This value is $144. And let's face it, what a great way to get going. So $144 plus your $66, you're saving $210. And it's a great way to get in. If you just want to get this, that's fine. You don't have to do lives. You don't have to make a business of it. You can just be what we call a hobby demonstrator. It's a person who's in there for the savings, for the bargains. Because let's face it, 20% off your order is a fabulous offer. And if you decide, nah, I just want to do this and then move on, then you can move on and become a customer again. There's no hassles. So don't hesitate to contact me, and I can help you out with all this. It's a great offer, and it's certainly something that's worthwhile. So that's enough about that. We've got a lot of wonderful stuff on our online store as well as our catalogue. And this is the beauty of what Stampin' Up have done. We have got a massive catalogue of products, but then the online store also has a line of products that is not in the catalogue. So it's expanding the opportunity of what you can get. And I will be using one of the online products today. I think it was an online. I better make sure, because now that I've said it, doubt has crept into the brain. And you know, when doubt creeps in, it just, no, it's not. It's in the catalogue, so I apologise about that. Yeah, just something after I said online, I just thought, no, it's not. So anyway, our beautiful, beautiful catalogue, set up and designed so much differently than ever before, and it is a real magazine. It's a great way to do it. So on page 22 of our catalogue, we have these beautiful sketches down the bottom here. And what I've gone and done is I've made up a sketch. It's very tiny, so it is a bit hard to see. So I thought if I make up a sketch, it gives me a bit of an idea of what it is about. And so I've cut this. This is supposed to be my bow, but for some reason it keeps curling up and doing everything it doesn't want to do. But it's showing the layer underneath, the card base, the layer on top, the sentiment, and the ribbon embellishment. And this is what we're going to be doing today, so that you can see how you can work it out. Now, what I did was I got our card front size on a piece of paper, a piece of cardstock, which is discontinued, and I've just used discontinued colours. And I've written on the back what my measurements are. So when I looked at this, I had a look at the thing and worked out some measurements just so I could see what they were going to be doing. So by keeping that on here, I've got them forever and I know what I'm doing. So that then becomes my card. Now in the catalogue, you go to pages, and I'm just going to try and pick a page. If we look here at page 65, if you've got your catalogue, and I don't know, I'm hoping I can bring it up to the camera so you can see, right up in this little corner, it shows our colour wheel that's in our booklet, but also a sketch. So they've used the sketch to create this particular design that's in here. So from what I can see, there's 3 layers on this one and a circle, and they've got 3 layers and a circle. So that's how they've gone about the sketch. So that's just an example. So there's plenty of them scattered throughout the catalogue. So don't ever think you're stuck for inspiration. Go and use the catalogue for your guide. So I've done a bit of prep work, and I've got my card base, which is 21 centimetres by 14.9, and I've scored it at 10.5. And this is in soft, no, Summer Splash, is the right colour. I knew it started with an S. Anyway, so we've got Summer Splash. Then I've got, and I might get this out, I've got the beautiful Unbounded Beauty Designer Series paper. Now I have been using this a bit. I've got a little strip of this paper left. We have this, well, actually I'll show you the other side, it's a green. And this one with the beautiful flowers, which can be cut out. It's got the pinks. Then we've got this, I'd say Shy Shamrock with Petunia Pop and Pretty in Pink. And then it's got the Petunia Pop wash look on the other side. Then we have Petunia Pop. Love the colours in this. I actually find Petunia Pop very pretty. And then the flip side is this wash of Peach Pie, Petal Pink, Pretty in Pink. It's just a beautiful little wash. And then the other one we've got is this Wish Washy colour, which is what I'm using today. And the reverse is all the Peach Pie. So what I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there must be one other hiding in here that I haven't pulled out. Yes, there it is. And this one is the Peach Pie in the flowers. And then the Shy Shamrock and Summer Splash in there with that lovely textured look, which is, I like these for backgrounds. I think they're superb papers. So that's the paper we're using today. But I'm also going to be using our In Colour, hang on, get the name right because I still have to learn all these things. It's the 2024-2026 In Colour Glimmer paper. And you get 5 sheets in a pack. And the 5 sheets include Summer Splash, Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, and Shy Shamrock. Aren't these just to die for? Absolutely beautiful colours and beautiful accents on your paper. And I'm using some of the Petunia Pop in this card today, and some Shy Shamrock. Okay, we'll put them out of sight, and I'm just throwing things on the floor, which is really good of me. Now, before I go too much further, as I said, I've got a piece here, and I'll get the template for my measurements. So I've got a layer of the glimmer paper, which is 8.5 centimetres by 9.5. Now I'm going to cover it up. So why waste it all? And I've used my die cut. So I've taken my die cut out of there. So that's going to go on the front of the page. I've then got my layer of DSP, which is that lovely pink, mottled pinks, which has got, brings out the Summer Splash, get the right colour, and that's 7.5 by 10.5, and that'll just sit over the top. So that gives me that effect. That's the effect that I'm looking for. I've die cut out of the Summer Splash and the Petunia Pop 2 pieces out of the flowers. Oh, where have I got moved? And the Flowers of Beauty bundle. So that's the stamp set. But then have a look at these. How wonderful are these? So you've got dies that will cut the stamps. It's all back here so you can see it. Dies that will cut the stamps. Look at these rows of flowers. So one pass, you have 2 layers for your flowers. And you have 2, 4, 6, 8 flowers. How wonderful is that? Then there's these couple of standalone dies, and they're the 2 that I have used today. So before we go too much further, and Lucia, if you're watching, you will be surprised to hear I have run out of adhesive sheets. Missed that I needed to get them. After I'd finished making the card for my grandson's birthday, I pulled out for today and thought, uh-oh, no adhesive sheets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little trick. Grab your craft silicone mat, and you're going to take your pieces and you're going to turn them over. And the beauty of this is we do this early in the piece. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the glue just the thicker parts of the die cut. We'll just pop that there. So how cold was it for everybody today? Because let me know that you're on, because it'd be good to know that you're here. So again, just a little bit of glue on the die cut, mainly looking at the larger areas, because I do want to leave a little bit sitting up and free flowing. Now we know with liquid glue, you push it down and what happens? It goes everywhere. So by putting a little bit of glue on there, now I'm going to leave this to one side. It's going to stay aside until we are ready to use it, because it will start to dry and go tacky, which means when I turn around and put it onto my page, it's not going to go whoosh and everywhere. So we'll just take that, leaving it on the glue mat, on the silicone mat, so it can be out of sight. And I'm not going to knock it or bump it or do anything silly with it. So we're going to take this, and as I said, I'm going to glue this down. Can you believe that we're going to be into June just at the weekend? I can't believe it. I struggle just to keep up with every day without the months. But then when I suddenly look at something and realise that the month is gone, it's incredible. Okay, so I'm just going to put that on an angle. And depending whether you're right or left-handed or which way you like it to be, just pop it on. And I've laid that flat. Then I'm going to take my... No, I'll leave that flat as well. Just had a second thought, you know, like I planned this very quickly last night and thought, yes, I'm off and running. And then I start second guessing myself. I'm going to take this, and this basically goes over straight, but I'm really covering the hole that I've got there, and it's allowing that to just pop through, and it just gives it a nice background, and it draws your eye into the DSP. So again, there was the idea. I've just reversed it this way. Still got my sketch, still using everything as the sketch has, but I've just changed it around. Okay, I'll pop that out of the way for now. Then we might as well do the inside piece. And for the inside, I've gone and done a piece of the paper, which is, just let me have a look, it's 7.5 by 12, and a piece, pick it up, Anita, a piece of white, which is 7.5 by 12, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'll glue them down. And I love liquid glue. I don't know about you, but the thing with liquid glue is do not bring it right to the edges. As you can see, I haven't put it to the edges or anything here, because once you put it down, it goes squish. So I'll just lay that on an angle, bring it in, give it a very gentle press, making sure that it adheres nicely. And then I'm going to do the same with the white. We all need somewhere to write. I don't know about you, but I'm not a big writer. Hello, Leanne. How are you? Leanne, I passed on what you said about my granddaughter's hands. She had a good laugh over that. Okay, I'll pop that on there. And there we go. So the sketch doesn't show you what to do inside it, but what I've done is I've taken what's on the front, just what we've done on the front here, and I've put it on the inside as well. So it's following through that continuity. You can put a full piece, you can stamp, you can decorate, you can do whatever. So with the sketch, it is an idea. It's not a hard and fast rule. It's not something that has to be to the letter, so you can do it that way. And isn't it lovely how the colours that we have today in our new in colours, how they all just blend so well together. And I think we're very, very lucky when Stampin' Up! Design all these things. You like the idea of the insert? Well, it's a great way to use up scrap card DSP, Leanne, and it's also means if you're not a big writer and you don't want a lot of space and you don't want to do a lot of stamping, it also means you can pop this in and you can make these as small or as big as whatever you want. But it's a great way just to keep that going through. Yeah, the new in colours are superb. I have to agree. I have fallen in love with them from the day I saw them. I just thought they all marry beautifully together and you can use them nicely. Okay, we've still got our embellishments that I put the glue on before. Leanne, you may not have been on when I did it, but what I've done is I have run out of adhesive sheets. And if my dear friend Lucia is watching, she would be horrified because I'm always saying, use your adhesive sheets. But I made that lovely card for my grandson and used up the last of my adhesive sheets. So what I've done, and I'll bring it up a little bit to see if you can see it, is I've just added a little bit of glue on the back. And I'll just move it to see if you can see it. So the glue's on there and I'm letting it get tacky so that it can not ooze everywhere. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my sentiment. Now, I'm not going to put a little flag sentiment. I'm going to use this great little set. It's a standalone stamp set called Simply Said. Beautiful fonts, like your type, what would I call it, type fonts here, and then your scriptive fonts. And I love the freedom that these give. And I'm just going to use the birthday wishes and I'm going to stamp that on black and then I'm going to cut that out. So I've got my Versamark, got my good old embossing buddy, and this is a must in your kit if you're going to do embossing. Give that a good clean so that it, clean is not the word, a good rub. I'm going to take my Versamark and my stamp. And I always like to make sure that my Versamark is well inked when I use it. Stamp that down. And I'm holding it for a minute or two because that just allows the Versamark to absorb into the ink. And if you can see, it's beautifully on there. Close this up so it doesn't dry out. And get my white ink, my white embossing powder. I'm going to have to buy some more because it's been not quite working as good. And have a look how dirty it is. I mean, come on. You can see that's been well used. It's got little black flecks in it from all the other colours that I've used it on. So I have heard there's a new lot of embossing powder coming out, different brand that they've used, and I've been hearing not to mix the two together. So I'm making this last. Now, I don't know if it's my stamp set or if it's the embossing buddy might just need be the problem, but I've got a little bit of specks there, so I'm just going to take your pick tool to just pick them out. You can use a brush. I mean, I know I'm going to cut around it, but I'm just going to take any excess that I think that should be right. Okay, take that excess out of the way. I'm trying to be a very neat crafter. Ha! Is there such a thing? Because I don't believe there is. I think when we get crafting and creating, we just take off. Right, I've got my heat tool here, so I'm hoping it's not too noisy for you. Hi, Lucia. Yes, the Take Your Pick tool is brilliant. And I think it's one of the must-have tools in our itinerary. Just get this. And the beauty of embossing white on black is that when it starts to change, it goes a brilliant white. And it's nothing more mesmerising than watching that go. There we go. How lovely is that? Absolutely beautiful. So we're going to pop the lid on this, and I'll move this out of the way, and I will grab my scissors and we'll just do a fussy cut. So I hope everyone had a lovely weekend. I mean, the mornings were so cold. We had my grandson's 18th birthday, and it was at the beer garden at one of the local pubs. And so I was expecting it to be really, really cold. Rugged up accordingly, but we had a lovely time because the publican had those beautiful outdoor heaters going, and the place was beautiful and warm. So we were having a lovely, lovely night, sitting chatting away to my son-in-law's brother, and he had just ordered himself a pint of beer. We're sitting across the table, and he decides to knock the pint of beer all over my husband. He wore it all over his jeans. He had it everywhere. So we made the choice that we'd have to come home because A, it was freezing cold to be soaking wet, and secondly, he needed a shower because, boy, beer stinks. And so we came home and we missed the part of the party, but my grandson was very understanding over what had happened. And then I found out later that it was a day for accidents because the waitress was bringing out all the plates so that the cake could be put on after they cut the cake. And as she came out with the tray of plates, the bottom of the tray just broke. And so she had smashed plates everywhere on the floor. And most of the group immediately turned to my son-in-law's brother and blamed him and said it was his fault that the tray broke because of what he'd done earlier. So, but anyway, they had a good time. My grandson celebrated as any young boy does when they turn 18. Not stupid, like his mates were wonderful. They were a beautiful set of boys. So I really enjoyed it, and it was just sad that by the time we came home and we realised that, time we drove home, got a shower and that organised, wasn't worth going back. Okay, so there's, and I'm just going to use that like so. Before I put that down, I want to put my embellishment stamp. So I'm going to carefully take this, and I'm going to, fine pair of tweezers here. So I'm just going to take the first one, which is the green one. It's beautiful summer splash. And I'm just going to lay that very carefully on top. So as you can see, if you don't have adhesive sheets, if you prepare it beforehand, and I know I've got some little bits flapping up, but that's what I wanted. I wanted that look. I wanted to give it a bit of freedom and a bit more of an element to it. And then we'll take this piece, and I'm just going to pop that over the top. So I've got the colours coming together. And this is what I like about Glimmer sheets. And look at that. How has that changed that page? You've got this beautiful background, and we're picking up those colours at the back of the card and everything else. And it's just stunning. It absolutely is. And you're not having to do a lot. And this is basically very little stamping when you think about it, because I'm only going to use stamping on the, I've only used the stamping on our sentiment. So now before I put the sentiment down, and I think I'm going to need your help, we are going to use our lovely ribbons that come beautifully with our ink colours. So this is the Summer Splash. And I could not decide when I looked at this. And I looked at it again this morning and I still couldn't decide. So I'm not sure whether to use the Summer Splash or to use the Petunia Pop, or should I use some black twine? I'll just reach down and get my black twine, because I made sure I had it all here. I'll just put this into a bow, and you can let me know what you think would be the better one of the two underneath. So there's my black twine. So if I take my sentiment, that's how that's going to look. I'll take that away. I'll put the Petunia Pop, and I'll probably put my sentiment, well, actually if I'm going to use the larger bow, I might put my sentiment up the top. So let me know what you think. Should it be ribbon? And which ribbon, if you decide the ribbon. So either the pink or the Petunia Pop or the Summer Splash, or do we use some twine? I'd love to hear from you what you think would be the ideal one for the card, because I'm not 100% sure. I'm actually now thinking maybe some twine, but might double it up. Just to, yep, I'm inclined to agree with you, Leanne, the black twine, but I think I might do a double bow, because I think it might just be a little bit better. So I'm inclined to agree with that. You're the first in, so we'll go with yours. You reckon pretty, well, now I'm getting confused. Pretty Peacock. So you think the ribbon. The bow's not sitting too good, but that's just to give you an idea. So, okay. Pretty Peacock and the black. Well, you know what? I've got one of each. What did I say Pretty Peacock for? Oh my goodness. I was thinking Petunia Pop. Hello, Miss Kay. Both, yes, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just laying it here and I'm wondering both, Lucia. I'm thinking the bit of black with the Petunia Pop is something I rather like. And I'm thinking I'm going that way. So let's go. So I'll trim my bow, get my scissors. Cut the ends. I like my ends to be. I'm going to take a double piece of ribbon of the twine, and I'm going to do the bow. Whoops. Take that. Bring this out a little bit more. So as you can see, using a sketch just proves that anything is possible when we're doing something here. We don't have to do it exactly. It's just our grounding or starting point. Yes, Yes, I do like that. Okay, I'll get my glue dots. Take a glue dot. I probably should take a leaf out of your book, Lucia, and cut them in half. I always forget that till I've pulled it off. Okay. All right. Pop that there. Open up the bow a bit. And then get ribbon off the bow. And then I'm going to pop that just like so. I like that. I think that was a good idea to use the both of them. You reckon the black on top? Probably will lift because, okay, let's have a look. I'll pop that down. I'm not going to press heavy just in case. And what do we reckon, ladies? Behind or on top? This is always my fiddly part, is trying to work out bows and twine and getting it into a reasonable order. Let me know what you think, behind or in front. You like it on the top? You like it on behind, Jerry? Oh dear, oh dear. Oh heavens. Yeah, I don't know. Go back. So if I put it back so you can see top or bottom. It'll give me a chance to have a look at it on the screen and see it from a very different bird's eye view. Tie them together. Wow. It's something different. Got the glue dots on there now, unfortunately. I think that's going to stop me. I think my preference is the back. I think the black dominates, and I've already got black quite strong on the card, so I'll just trim the ends, make them look a bit better. So thank you, ribbon. So now I'm going to get some black dimensionals. Aren't we so lucky that Stampin' Up have made the black dimensionals, because I think they're fabulous. And we'll just pop some dimensionals. Do you reckon that's enough? Do you reckon that'll hold? Hope so. I'll lift them up. And I still think the black needs to go up there. Get that, pop that out of the way. And now I've got two different sorts of gems. This one's the Adhesive Back Pearl Trio, which is beautiful gems, but it's got this lovely pinky colour. So I'm thinking whether to do pearls or the in colour shimmer gems. And I thought the Petunia Pop, which is that. Thinking I've got a lot of shine already on here. that I reckon that might just be a little bit too much. So I'm thinking we'll just pop some of these beautiful little ones in there. So just move these out of the way. Take that over. I'll pop that. Pop one up there. And if you're wondering why I've chosen to put them where they are, I just think that I don't want the gems to be a focus. There's enough focus on the with the glitter. So there we go. So if I get my original, which is our template from page 22 in our catalogue. So there's what I've made out of that one. And then I've done the inside like so. One I did previously, slightly different dimensions, but using the Thoughtful Journeys. So I've done that. And then I've just done the inside like so. I'm going to pull down from the camera. Sorry, girls. So as you can see, this is one template with basically the same, just the orientation of your paper, what sort of paper you use, and how it turns out. And if you try one of these templates, I'd love to see what you do and pop it up on my page. I would really love to see, you know, pop it in the comments and let me have a look at what you've done. But I'm happy with this. I was going to originally stamp it, but I just wanted to keep it as simple as possible. This one I stamped to bring out the colours in it. So I hope that's, you know, something that you've done. My stupid computer wants to keep putting up little notifications so I don't see your things. Hello, Noni. How are you? Thank you very much for your comment there. That's lovely. So as you see, very simple cards and just using the template to give me the basis and let me go on that. So go and have a go at it and show me what you can do, because that will be great. Now, next week, I may not be on Monday, but I will advise you. If I can't make Monday, I will do Tuesday. Yeah, it is a bit chilly, isn't it? It was freezing here this morning. So another trip to Ballarat and back. So I'm either coming home Sunday or coming home Monday. I'm not 100% sure at this stage. So if I can't make it Monday, we will schedule a time for Tuesday at 1:30. So, but if I'm going to be home, it will be Monday as it was this time. So anyway, ladies, thank you very much for taking part with me today. I might just flip the camera around. Oh, get the right view. Oh dear, oh dear. So yes, so thank you again for being part of this, because without you being here, it's great to just hear. Yeah, I know, Ballarat, it's going to be freezing. It was wet and miserable when we were there a fortnight ago. We've got a lovely little dog that we babysit when my daughter and son-in-law are away. So we look after this lovely little 14-year-old dog who has its regimen of medications and can't do a lot, but we like to look after it in its own home because, you know yourself, if you're not 100%, it would make it really hard. And yeah, let's face it, we feel it's easier for the dog to stay where it is, and it means it's a trip. Oh, we're only an hour and a half away. Well, might have to see what we could do on Saturday, Leonie. I might give you a call. We might meet somewhere and spend a bit of time together. Would be lovely to catch up. So I'll give you a ring if you just shoot me a message of your phone number and we'll have a chat, and it'd be really lovely. Why not when we're this close? Anyway, I'm going to say thank you and goodbye, and we will see you next week. Bye for now, everyone, and thank you for watching. Whoops, wrong thing. Oh, I'll learn it one day.